You can automate your entire content marketing with these two agents I built in Vellum. The first agent is Viral Video Finder that scrapes social media platforms and write viral script in my own voice. The second agent handles all the social media engagement monitoring to get feedback on what's working, topics to double down on, and posts to avoid. I built both of these agents in Vellum AI without writing a single line of code. What is Vellum? It is a text-to-agent builder so that you can build most complex agents just by chatting with AI. You just need to tell Vellum what your agent should do and it will build the workflow logic, tools, and UI automatically. It is the fastest way to go from scratch to production, all happening under one platform. Again, it is not generic templates. You just have to describe in plain English, like describing your process, and Vellum takes care of the rest. So let's build our first agent to find viral videos from social media platforms. It is as simple as describing in plain English or normal sentence, like create me an agent that finds viral video on Instagram and insert your topics. So I want to find viral content from AI automation vibe coding, particularly in this niche, and use Epify because in order to scrape these profiles or social media platforms, we need a web scraper. And once it is done, we want to store the output inside Airtable. Obviously, we want to schedule this so that it runs every single day, week, month, or however you like. On the left hand side, we have Agent Builder where you can just easily chat and it will build the workflow live on the right hand side canvas. Again, it is not pre-built nodes, it is writing code in real time for a specific workflow use case. And there we go, in just one prompt, it has built the entire workflow logic for us, starting with a trigger. So we want to run this automation every single week. That's why it will run this workflow every single Monday on 9 AM and you can choose your time zone. So I am in Gulf Standard Time. Then the second node is for constants, which I believe will be for storing your keywords, in my example AI automation and vibe coding. Now in order to find those viral Instagram reels, we need to use a scraper. In our example, we are using Epify. So as you can see, we don't even have to configure anything except for our API key. So once we have provided our API key, it will find the right tools, actors, and auto-configure for you without you having to do anything. So you can see it will use Epify to scrape Instagram reels. I have set the limit for maximum 50 reels in a week, but feel free to alter it according to your use case. Then for tracker, I'm using Airtable, but feel free to use HubSpot, ClickUp, whatever you like. So it will find viral reels with 50,000 plus plays and store them inside our Airtable. So let's connect. And you have to authenticate with your account. So let's run this workflow and see this in action. It will populate this log section so that you can see the output of your automation. Starting with the constant node, it has these 5 keywords that will call our Epify actors to scrape all of the trending reels according to our topics. So inside the node of scrape Instagram, it is actually finding out viral reels and scraping their caption, like count, play count, comment count, and specific URL so that we can see and play those viral videos in real time. Awesome, everything looks good and we want to save this data inside our Airtable. So if you see the results, yeah, it has stored 50 records inside our Airtable. Let's check that. Yes, it is working successfully. As you can see, it is storing all of this data inside our tracker. Again, I haven't done anything. I haven't even set up the base nor the column headers. Everything is done by Vellum just by describing in plain English. Now let's build our second agent for social engagement tracker. So it will monitor my post across platforms to identify the top performers, topics to double down on, and I have added my social media profiles. I believe this is a broken and unfinished prompt since I haven't mentioned anything about where to scrape, where to store. So as a result, you can see the confidence level is medium. It's not great. So remember to give proper context and information about your workflow so Vellum will build agents that you exactly had in your mind. That's why I mentioned to use Epify for web scraping. So it will find out or research on the web to find the right actors for each of the social media profile. In our example, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Awesome. So all of these scrapers are working successfully and you can see I can easily skim and scan and understand what's working with my content from the previous week. It has found the right actors for each of the social media profiles, scrape last 20 posts with real engagement data, and then entire summary to understand what's working, topic to double down on, and post to avoid. Let's read the output. The highest engagement comes from the educational or tactical post about these topics. Then platform comparison, Instagram is the highest engagement per post, but LinkedIn for high quality and conversation driven engagement. And Facebook is the least or the weakest overall engagement platform since I just started posting on Facebook from last week. So to summarize, Instagram for reach and new followers, LinkedIn from deep engagement, community building, and Facebook for repurposed viral content. It has also given us the themes or topics to post more on each platform. Then the content patterns and formats, what is working, some specific recommendation to improve our engagement, and many other insights to improve on. Now if we click on this analyze engagement node, you will see what model it is using and the entire prompt. So if we click on edit, here is our system field prompt and user prompt. And if we go to edit, here you will see all the parameter configuration, structure outputs, and completion settings. But this is the best part of Vellum. You don't have to configure anything, you just have to describe your workflows in plain English like I just did, and it will build the entire workflow for you. Now obviously you can take a step further and connect this workflow to your messaging apps like Slack, WhatsApp, Telegram to get this output or summary every single week in your messaging channels. From here you can publish your workflows so that you can run it into a UI or via an API key. You can also view information about your published workflows, including version history, monitoring data, and more in the deployments tab. So these are the two agents I built with Vellum that I use every single week to find viral videos and engagement feedback. You can build much more complex agents for customer support, sales, healthcare, legal, financial services. There isn't anything you cannot automate with Vellum. Now if we go to our settings, inside models, you will find these 21 state-of-the-art models, for example OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Azure, and you can use any of these models inside your workflow. Then if we go to integration, it provides 100 native integration, for example Airtable, Apollo, and even if it don't, you can always connect via an API key. So if we go to secrets and variables, here you will see I have connected with our Apify API key, Bright Data, and Firecall. Now to interact with your agents, you can build a UI for quick interaction and switch to these other modes when you need more control of your workflows. So make sure to check out Vellum to automate a boring operation tasks just by describing in plain English.